they can cut, or they can fudge. Those are those options. That is really it. There's a limited amount of borrowing that they could do. I would put that in the fudge category. But part of when Jerry Brown was elected, he said, you know, we have to stop doing this, and we're going to cut as much as we can before we're going to start to grow, and hopefully that the public will begin to support us. But here's the important thing, because a lot of people question, aren't our legislators interested in what is actually the need in terms of how we can serve the population? And the answer is absolutely they're interested, but they work within limited confines in terms of the political will to raise revenues when unemployment drives tax revenues down. So the only other way to supplement it is to raise other forms of taxes. So the legislature itself says, oh my God, we need to do something. Something. Now, I could tell you from my perspective, because the Democrats have been very successful in the state of California, that we've been very disappointed in some of the Democratic members, including the one who authored AB 955, in why they would author bills that lead to a privatization model. Now, you have basically kind of three schools of thought. One is, forget about government altogether. And frankly, a lot of the Republican legislators that we talk to in Sacramento, that's their mantra. The answer doesn't belong in government at all. You have at the other end, which is to say, we have an obligation as a public to serve all members of the public. We have an obligation to serve this group and this group as well as these other groups. Now, you have a group in between. And the group in between says, well, it should be a government model, but frankly, we could tilt it more on the private side. And that group is beginning to grow. And a lot of it is a result of this recession. And what you can see, I do want to show this to you, is that if you have your college diploma, if you have a bachelor's degree, remember, the recession started over here. This is in this blue bar. That was really the period of the recession. Afterwards, even though you may have been underemployed, frankly, you were still employable. You may not have been earning what you wanted to be earning, but you were still earning something. Now, if you had some college or an AA degree, you were also okay. And even if you had a high school degree at some level, you were not okay. Now, if you didn't have a high school degree, you were wiped out. And frankly, you're still wiped out. The recession technically ended before 2010, but take a look at this. So now you have to keep this in your mind in the sense that when we are obsessed about the completion rate, because that's the direction, is that we need to get people to complete. The question is, can we even get them in the door? Because if somebody is an adult and lacks a high school diploma, what are their options in this society? Even the military today is looking for folks with a high school diploma. There are enough folks who want to sign up for the military that they can afford to exclude those without a high school diploma. When you come to Long Beach City College, according to the law, they are not allowed to ask you whether you graduated high school as a function of keeping you out. They are not allowed to do that because the function of the California community colleges is, as long as you are a certain age and have the ability to benefit,